video is about, are you good enough? Many people is actually experiencing this syndrome, this belief that they are not good enough. So do you feel a lack of worth? Do you feel that you don't have enough willpower? Do you feel that your self-esteem is really low and then you want to be more confident everyday life? So feeling not good enough can come from different places. It can come from childhood, when actually you felt depressed, like pressed back by other people, not accepting your opinion, or you were always told down, you were always criticized and judged as a child. Sometimes parents called it, how can I say this, like building criticism. They called it building criticism, and they didn't know how much they hurt their children actually, and how much they causing issues and traumas to a child by this kind of criticism, right? This was a very common practice in my childhood as well, to experiencing building criticism. And the parents really thought that it's helping, right? Because they want the best for their child. So they criticize them so they can change to the better, right? But why that? They were also hurt because they were not accepted for who they are, right? And loved for who they are, because the communication was a bit different. It was harsh, And also the school had so much expectations. There was lots of homework, so on and so forth. And then when you couldn't reach certain levels, grades in the school, then again, you felt not good enough because you were not the best at school, or you were not certain level what people wanted from you. So you felt again not good enough. And then you didn't know how to become better, right? You didn't know as a child what to do to become better, or do you really need to become better? Because that's the thing, that they had a measure, like everybody was measured the same way, but we are so unique. We are so unique, so different in many ways, that you can't actually compare each other to each other, because we have strengths in different areas. We have strengths and weaknesses in different areas. And that's why it's actually that one person can be really good at one thing and maybe has lots of weaknesses in other area, and then if it got criticized for the weaknesses, then they feel not good enough. But if they got all kinds of affirmations and then acceptance and loving comments about their strengths, then basically they feel very good about themselves, right? So what we need to actually acknowledge our strengths, and we need to actually focus on our strengths, not our weaknesses. Of course, there are certain areas we think, okay, if you want to reach a certain goal, we need to learn some techniques, we need to learn some new things. But if it's really like demanding, if it's really hard, if it's really taking too much time, too much effort, giving you too much stress, and then it's really, really hard for you, then might you want to outsource those things, and might you want to just focus on the things that you are really good at, and then the rest let other people to take care of, right? Then you actually get rid of the stress, and then you always feel good about yourself because you're producing the things what you are the best at. So you always feel good enough about yourself, right? So how to get over it? Basically, focus on the things what you are good at, and do that more often, and actually provide that for others, and then actually enjoy life through producing the things what you are good at, right? And whatever it feels, you feel like passionate about, and you're enjoying it, and then you're gonna feel good enough about it, because as you practice it more and more, you're gonna get better and better, and then eventually you realize that you are so freaking good at that thing that you're never gonna feel like you are not good enough, right? So practice is really important, but what you practice is also important to bring you joy, right? Because sometimes when we focusing on the weakness and then we want to learn some new things, but it's going really bad, then it's always pulling you down, right? Emotionally. If the new things, learning new things is going well, and then you're picking it up fast, and then you actually having good feelings about it, and then you're achieving certain levels, then of course that's recommended to learn other things, new things, and then be happy about it and feel good enough about it, to achieving those things. But I'm talking about if it's struggle, if it's actually holding you back or pulling you down, then I would get rid of those activities basically. So it's not going to show up as a hard thing in your life, And then basically when you get triggered and you feel not good enough, and then you know that it has a root in the childhood or even in past lives, you know, then it's highly recommended to release that trauma, because it has a trauma at the end. So that trauma can be released through a certain technique I use with my clients. It's called source memory healing, when we actually connect with the unconscious mind, because the unconscious mind is what holds that trauma basically. And then when you go into samadhi meditation and you go into theta brainwaves, you can actually connect with the unconscious mind and find those memories and release the negative emotions from those memories. My clients has great results with this. So it's highly recommended to actually have with your traumas, have with your triggers, and overcome not feeling good enough in your skin. So this was the video I wanted to share with you today, and you can find all my links below, and reach out to me if you need any help. Download my ebook for free or book a session with me for free. I am always here for you, and take care. Bye-bye.